The last known photograph of Kyron Horman was taken inside his school. He was 7 years old, wearing his black CSI t-shirt, standing beside the science project he was proud of, a carefully built diorama of a red-eyed tree frog. It was June 4th, 2010. A Friday morning in Portland, Oregon. Skyline Elementary was unusually busy. Parents filled the hallways. Children moved from table to table, dragging parents by the hand, pointing out projects, laughing, being seen. Kyron arrived that morning with his stepmother, Terry Horman. They walked through the science fair together. Photos were taken. Witnesses later recalled seeing Kyron inside the building, excited, calm, and engaged with the exhibits. Nothing about the morning appeared out of place. As the science fair came to an end, students were expected to return to their classrooms. The noise softened. Parents began to leave. Around 8:45 a.m., Kyron was expected to walk down the hallway, drop off his coat and backpack and take his seat for class. That moment, that ordinary transition from hallway to classroom, is the last confirmed sighting of Kyron Horman. The bell rang. Lessons began. Attendance was taken. Kyron never arrived. At first, the absence didn't trigger alarm. Children get delayed. Mistakes happen. Assumptions are made. But as the minutes turned into hours, it became clear that Kyron had vanished somewhere inside the school. The first unmistakable sign that something was wrong came late that afternoon. At 3:45 p.m., school buses lined up outside Skyline Elementary. Children poured out. Parents waited. Kyron Horman did not step off the bus. The family was contacted. The school checked its records again. Kyron had never been marked present in class. Authorities were notified, and by the time Kyron's father, Kaney, arrived at the school, law enforcement was already on scene. The building was secured. Officers moved through hallways now silent, classrooms frozen in place, chairs still tucked beneath desks, assignments still written on the board. They checked lockers, bathrooms, storage rooms, common areas, every place a child could hide, every place a child could be overlooked. Kyron was nowhere. As evening approached, the search expanded beyond the building itself. Skyline Elementary bordered dense woodland, uneven terrain stretching outward for miles. Search teams formed. Volunteers arrived. Neighbors joined. K-9 units were brought in. Handlers waited, watching closely, hoping the dogs would find a direction, a trail, anything. But the scent did not lead away from the school. It did not lead into the woods. It stopped. Night fell. Floodlights cut through the trees. Searchers called Kyron's name into the darkness. The search continued through the night, and the next day, and the next. Helicopters scanned the canopy. Teams retraced the same ground again and again. No backpack, no clothing, no sign of a struggle. After more than a week of exhaustive searching, the active ground operation was suspended. The forest went quiet. Kyron had vanished from a place full of people. With the ground search suspended, the investigation did not stop. It changed. Publicly, Kyron was still considered a missing child. Privately, investigators began treating the case as potentially criminal. Attention turned inward. Focus narrowed toward the last person known to have seen Kyron that morning, his stepmother, Terry Horman. Terry was questioned extensively. Her timeline was examined in detail. Her movements that morning were scrutinized. She agreed to take 2 polygraph examinations. Law enforcement later stated that the results raised concerns. While polygraph tests are not admissible in court, investigators acknowledged that the results influenced the direction of the case. Pressure began to build, not only from law enforcement, but inside the family itself. Then came a development that permanently fractured what remained of normalcy. The tip came from the family's landscaper, Rodolfo Sanchez. He claimed Terry had once offered him money to kill Kyron's father, Kyron Horman. Law enforcement organized a sting operation. Sanchez was equipped with a recording device and instructed to meet with Terry. The details of that meeting were never released, but Kyron Horman was allowed to hear the recordings. His reaction was immediate. Believing his life was in danger, Kyron filed for divorce and obtained a restraining order. In the middle of the night, he packed his belongings, took their infant daughter, and left the family home. Terry Horman was never charged, No physical evidence linked her to Kyron's disappearance, but the family was now irreversibly broken. Now years has passed. The investigation remained open, but answers never came. Terry Horman continued to deny any involvement. She was never arrested, never charged. Investigators acknowledged publicly that no physical evidence had ever been found to explain what happened to Kyron Horman. Tips continued to come in. Witnesses were re-interviewed, timelines were revisited. Nothing changed. Kyron's classroom was reassigned. New students filled the halls. The science fair returned year after year, but Kyron never came home. He did not grow older. There was no graduation, no milestone, no moment of closure. A child entered a school on a normal morning. Doors were open, adults were present, people were everywhere, and yet he vanished without a sound. More than a decade later, the question remains unchanged. How does a child disappear from a place designed to keep them safe? And why, after all this time, does no one know what happened next? So what happened after?